Greetings, everyone. It's Thetruthwillrise back with a video here. And what I wanted to talk about today was some comments made by Stephen A. Smith from ESPN. And let me give you the backdrop of it real quick. Him and Skip Bayless were on First Take yesterday. And, of course, Jeremy Lin was the topic of discussion, and the tone of racial sensitivity or lack thereof came up because apparently, and I'm not going to go all the way, is that a writer from ESPN was fired for using a racial slur in an article, blank in the Armor, and got in some hot water for that. Well, here and so the topic of racial sensitivity as it relates to Jeremy Lin and all these things come up, and here comes Stephen A. Smith. And the first thing out of this windbag's mouth is that he blames the black community for this because he is saying that somehow the racial insensitivity is our fault because we have stood up and called out certain things where people have been disrespectful to our community, and because of that, that's basically giving people like he almost said, like a pass to do the same thing. And because of that, people can't make mistakes. And the black community, they're hypersensitive. No, fool. You don't have to be hypersensitive to see that our community, suffered racism hundreds of years in this country and still continues to this day. You don't have to sit there and look for stuff. It's all over the place. And so, that shows me that you are little more than a corporate-controlled windbag, and you darn sure do not speak for us. And it's obvious that you will kowtow to whatever tune ESPN tells you to dance to, because it even sounded odd to say, well, when he said it's not our place to worry about what they do. Speaking of ESPN, granted, this is the same company that bounced your sorry tail when you had a show that actually broached some of these issues, which was actually a fairly decent show. But I digress. For you to get up there and say what you said and single us out as a cause for all this, you should be ashamed of yourself. And quite frankly, to use the title of your show, sir, I don't see how you look yourself in the mirror as a black man and you had the nerve to allow those words to tumble out of your mouth. When you consider all the things that have happened and continue to happen to our people on a daily basis, and you have the audacity to get on national television and say that we're being hypersensitive, and because of that, this is somehow our fault. Whatever Jeremy Lin or the Asian community or the gays or the Italians or whoever, that's somehow our fault. Get out of here, you bum. And I'm sorry, normally I don't call names, but I gotta call this one like I see it, okay? When you have our people getting defiled, not only in real life, but throughout the media and entertainment in ways that no other community has had to deal with. But we're still getting brutalized by police and beat down by a system And you have the nerve to say that. How dare you, sir? How dare you? And if anybody needs to be booted off ESPN, it definitely should be you. But because dissing black people is big bucks in this country, you're obviously towing the company, and the media, and the societal line, so you'll be rewarded. But I am just most disgusted that you still have people like this dude who's an agent, obviously, to get on TV and say things like this. And now, because of that, when something happens, watch. Somebody, oh, see, there they go again, being all hypersensitive, just like Stephen A. Smith said. Why don't you people just relax? It's not that serious. Watch. That seed was planted yesterday by that clown. And if you haven't seen his ridiculous comments, you can go to YouTube, of course, and type in what is it, Jeremy Lin, racial insensitivity, or creates insensitivity, or something to that effect. And it should be one of the first videos up. It'll be from yesterday, and you can check that out for yourself. But I just really had to get that out there because the black, and I was most disgusted to hear somebody get on television and say something like that. And then to have Skip Bayless say, oh, that's right, that's enlightening, just further made it even more disgusting and showed what the point of this really is. So, like I've been saying, these so-called people on television, they don't speak for us. They don't. These so-called misleaders. It's up to you to change your situation. You can't rely on people like that, or people on TV, or these so-called leaders, because they don't speak for you. They serve their own interests or the interests of the people who are financing them. And once again, this is just a prime example of it, and it's just disgusting. And you know what? I'm just gonna stop, because just go and check it out for yourself, and just see the lunacy that falls out of this man's lips. And this is The Truth Will Rise. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I'm wishing everyone peace and power. I'm out.